The transmission reached every corner of known space. It appeared on military displays, commercial networks, diplomatic channels, and civilian broadcasts simultaneously. 7 simple words. Leave now, or perish. This is Earth's final warning. The message came from the United Earth Directorate. The recipient was the Zorath Imperium. For months, Zorath warships had gathered near human territory. Massive fleets blocked trade routes, harassed civilian shipping, and occupied systems claimed by independent colonies allied with Earth. Diplomats tried negotiation. Earth offered compromise, then mediation, then withdrawal agreements. Every offer was rejected. The Imperium believed humanity would eventually surrender. Instead, humanity sent a warning. One final warning. The Zorath Imperium had ruled thousands of star systems for centuries. Their military was legendary. Entire civilizations had submitted rather than face their fleets. Supreme Overlord Koresh viewed humanity as another obstacle destined to disappear. When Earth's message arrived, laughter filled the Imperial war chamber. "They threaten us," one admiral asked. "With what?" another replied. Their confidence was understandable. The Imperium possessed more ships, more soldiers, more territory. By every traditional measurement, victory seemed certain. What they failed to measure was determination. On Earth, Admiral Sarah Mitchell stood inside the Solar Defense Command Center. A massive holographic display showed the positions of every known Zorath vessel. For years, human intelligence agencies had studied the Imperium. Every battle, every doctrine, every weakness. Humanity knew something important. The Zorath military had become predictable. Success had made them complacent. And complacency creates vulnerabilities. "Status report," Mitchell said. "All civilian evacuations completed. Defense networks online. Fleet groups in position." The admiral nodded. There would be no second warning. 3 days later, the Imperium crossed the border. Thousands of warships advanced toward human-controlled space. The operation was expected to be swift. Imperial commanders anticipated scattered resistance and rapid surrender. Instead, they found silence. No human fleets appeared. No defensive formations challenged their advance. The emptiness seemed suspicious. Then their sensors detected hundreds of abandoned stations drifting through nearby sectors. Koresh smiled. "They are running." His officers agreed. What they didn't know was that every abandoned facility was part of a carefully designed trap. The first attack occurred near the Epsilon Gate. As the Zorath fleet entered the system, hidden defense platforms activated. Thousands of autonomous drones emerged from asteroid fields. Long-range missile batteries opened fire from concealed positions. Electronic warfare systems disrupted communications. Within minutes, confusion spread across the fleet. Ships lost coordination. Orders arrived late, or not at all. The advance stalled. Then human warships appeared. Not in front of the enemy. Behind them. The trap snapped shut. The Battle of Epsilon lasted 4 hours. When it ended, the Imperium had lost dozens of capital ships. Human forces vanished before meaningful retaliation could occur. Across the galaxy, military analysts were stunned. Earth wasn't fighting conventionally. It was fighting intelligently. Every engagement occurred on human terms. Every battlefield had been chosen in advance. Every enemy movement had been anticipated. The Zorath numerical advantage became increasingly irrelevant. Weeks passed. The invasion continued. But progress slowed dramatically. Supply convoys disappeared. Communication relays were destroyed. Fuel depots exploded. Human special operations teams struck strategic targets and vanished before counterattacks arrived. The Imperium remained powerful, yet it was slowly being exhausted. Meanwhile, humanity grew stronger. Colonies united. Industrial production increased. Volunteers joined defense efforts across human space. The war wasn't creating panic. It was creating unity. 6 months after ignoring Earth's warning, Overlord Karish ordered a final assault on the solar system. Everything would be decided there. Thousands of Zorath warships entered the outer reaches of human territory. What they found shocked them. The solar system had become a fortress. Defense stations surrounded major planets. Orbital shipyard produced warships continuously. Massive fleets waited in carefully organized formations. Earth had spent decades preparing for the possibility of invasion. Now those preparations were complete. Before the battle began, Admiral Mitchell opened a communication channel. Karish appeared on the screen. His expression remained confident. "You've delayed the inevitable." Mitchell remained calm. "No, you cannot stop us forever." The Admiral looked directly at him. "We never intended to." The Overlord frowned. "Then why resist?" Mitchell's answer was immediate. "Because this was your choice." Silence followed. "You were offered peace. You were offered negotiation. You were offered withdrawal." She paused. "And then you were offered a warning." The Overlord said nothing. Mitchell's voice hardened. "You ignored all of them." The transmission ended. Moments later, the battle began. The conflict lasted 12 hours. By the time it ended, the Zorath invasion fleet had ceased to exist as an organized force. Surviving vessels surrendered or retreated. The Imperium's expansion came to an abrupt end. Peace negotiations followed soon afterward. This time, Earth set the terms. And this time, the Imperium listened. Years later, students at military academies across the galaxy studied the conflict. Many focused on tactics and strategy. Others analyzed logistics and technology. But the most important lesson was simpler. Humanity had never wanted war. It had exhausted every peaceful option available. Yet when those options failed, it proved capable of defending itself with extraordinary resolve. The famous transmission remained preserved in countless archives, a reminder of the message that preceded one of the most decisive victories in galactic history, a reminder that peace is strongest when backed by the willingness to protect it, and a reminder that Earth's final warning had never been a bluff. It was exactly what it claimed to be, a final warning,